Lock and load, my battle lambs. It's time for NT Sheep's Digital Wonderlands. Welcome back, my little lambs. As promised in the last video, today we're going to start doing some testing with the new Dom Pedro pistol. I managed to make it to level 100 on the scoreboard, and I have all the mods except for the explosive mod for it unlocked. You can put on the 2-star explosive legendary effect to this weapon if you want, and when I do get the mod unlocked, I will test them out and see how well it works if you have just one of them on or both of them on. But for this video, we're testing it as a backup weapon to my Bloody build that I use for score boosting and double XP weekends when I'm trying to gain a bunch of levels. Most of the perks that I have are set up for my Furious Elders mark, so it's going to be benefiting that weapon, but several of the perk cards do look like they're going to synergize well with a Bloodied Dom Pedro. It's great at doing limb damage, so the perks that I have that give you extra damage for crippled limbs should help it boost its damage potential pretty darn quickly. So, let's see how well we can do in Huntersville. That may have just been a really lucky shot. We only had 48% of VATS lock on the super mutant, but a single shot to its head managed to take out a level 75 super mutant. So this looks like it could be a good weapon.
I rip his legs clean off.
With the Scrounger perk equipped and the fact that we're taking these enemies out with a single shot, this weapon is very ammo efficient because we're getting a 4 to 10 time return on ammo spent. Well, damn there. Took that doggy's head right off. Perfect for taxidermy. We usually end up with some interesting battles here, but as you'll see in about a minute, something was definitely not right. There was no sign of the enemy coming down from the hill, and when I decided to jump off the roof, things went south real quick. Definitely some sort of bug situation going on here, because how in the heck was that thing able to shoot me through the side of a freaking mountain? I spawned pretty far away, and yet it hit me as soon as I loaded in. For those of you wondering why 2 sets of damage numbers flew off the screen there, that's because of the special effect the Dom Pedro has that its projectiles will pierce nearby targets. So I hit the Assaultron Dominator and the round went straight through it into the poor Raider. Now that we're here at WestTek, we should definitely start seeing how well this weapon is going to be handling, because we should be facing off against mostly level 100 super mutants. We've been handling level 60s to 75s pretty darn easily, taking them out with one shot. Hopefully we'll be able to do that with level 100s. If not, 2 shots will take them down, and I would still call that pretty darn good. Because of the bug that caused me to die, my health has been reset, so I need to see if there's any way I can drop myself back below 20% health. That way I'm getting pretty much full effect from the bloodied and unyielding armor bonuses.
Nice try.
Okay, so one shot to a level 100 super mutant dropped its health down pretty darn good to where a second backup shot was able to finish it off. So if we can get, 3 rounds back from the body, that's still pretty good return on ammo with the Scrounger perk. And even though we don't have a way of silencing this weapon, you can see that we're still back in caution, even though if you've played WestTek, you know right on the side of the door is another one, and there's plenty more within the earshot if you're using a loud weapon. Okay, so we just got the notice of a mutated event starting, so let's loot the body and let's see what the event is. Cloaked when not attacking. Okay, that's not going to be a good test for the Dom Pedro. Even with us using Berry Mentats to see enemies while they're cloaked, let's just go ahead and stay here at WestTek. Okay, instead of staying here at WestTek, let's go hunt Sheepsquatch. You'll notice my outpost 0 is sadly gone. They removed it. It would have been nice if they still left it down there and just had it empty and you just went in there and found a note or something, but we're going to go hunt a Sheepsquatch. So we're going to get loaded in here and then run down south where there's a guaranteed spawn. Okay, something interesting is going on here. We've got a raider thief fighting someone. Let's find out what's going on. Maybe we can help him out or something. Try and run over here, and a raider thief fighting another raider thief. That's the most raider thing ever. Okay, we're just gonna leave these idiots alone. Get ourselves some dirty water because that'll help knock me down. We're at 19, so definitely we're going to be getting good bonuses from Bloody and Unyielding. So let's go find our Sheepsquatch and see how well the Bloodied Dom Pedro does against it. Okay, against the Sheepsquatch, we did pretty darn good. It only took 2 shots to cripple the head. Looks like we were crippling other body parts as well because you saw that it kept falling to the ground. We were getting great damage out of it. The critical hits were building up quickly to where we could get one. So I think next we're going to try testing on a Scorch Beast. So we're going to go over here to Fisher Site Prime. Usually there's always at least 1 or 2 of them flying around, so let's get zoned in here and see what we can find to fight. Well, so far against the Scorch Beast, we're doing pretty darn good. You can see we're getting some impressive limb crippling damage out of it. So, if we don't take this thing out while it's still flying, we should definitely get it when it's on the ground. If we were using perks that were definitely synergized well with the Dom Pedro, we might be able to take out a level 100 Scorch Beast like this in under 6 rounds. This is looking pretty darn good so far. This is a good backup weapon, so if you haven't finished the scoreboard yet, I suggest you do it as quick as possible. That way you can get your hands on one of these. Okay, so real quick, we're going to take a look at the perks that I've got. Covert Operative, that kind of can stay. Let's see, Mr. Sandman, this isn't going to help the Dom Pedro, so if I wanted something extra, I could pull Mr. Sandman out of, let's see, Enforcer would be good for it, because that's going to boost its limb crippling damage. To be able to use Enforcer, I'd either have to have a level 2, or I could sit there and take out the Mr. Sandman and the Packing Light. I got a couple of extra perk cards that I don't need here. Let's see, Gunslinger Master. This might be good for the Dom Pedro because this would give us onslaught over time. So that may be one that we try in a future video. I think that's probably what we'll be doing for the next one. We're going to see if we can give this a onslaught bonus, and we'll try it with our other builds. But that's going to be the end of this, so thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.